Imperfect Gentleman Show.
It's very hard to know what you're allowed to say these days.
Exactly. I mean,
I just don't
That's
say.
a real thing too. But you know what you're not allowed to say? You're not allowed to say that your dog is graduating and then invite us to a graduation and then him not be allowed to graduate.
You know what? You want to keep bringing it up.
Yo, did your dog graduate or not?
We're going to get into this.
Did your dog get graduated or not?
Okay, so my dog is a highly intelligent dog.
I believe that.
He's only 6 months. He can sit. He can shake hands. He can
when I tell him to do stuff, he
he
doesn't listen to George for shit.
Well,
when
you lately have been known to have very strong connections.
Yo.
So you have a strong connection with Choco.
Okay, so here's the thing about...
What kind of dog is Choco?
He's a Cheagle, a Chihuahua and Beagle mix. You could follow him on Instagram.
I did not see
Choco the Cheagle.
He's like a small, cute little dog, you know, whatever.
You thought I'd have a huge dog because I'm a huge guy, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nah, not George. His person.
So anyways, my dog's very intelligent. It was graduation day. All right, not his fault. I missed the
graduation
class.
to class that...
Graduation from what?
I missed one of the classes.
Like training class.
One of the classes. Like he's in puppy training. All right. And you know what? He didn't fail, Tehran. You know who failed? I did. I failed him as a dog dad because we missed the class and I should be better at training him. And that's what happens to students. They get failed in schools. And you know what? Those students didn't fail. My dog didn't fail. The parents failed and I'm one of them.
That's not true at all. And I'm going to tell you why. Because his dog will listen to me as if his life depended on it. I'll be like, Choco, come here. And then Choco was like, sit.
Yeah, because it sounds like his life does indeed depend on it with the way you're calling him over.
But then George will be like, Choco, sit. And Choco will straight look at George. One time Choco said, nigga, shut up. Like one time. Look, he looked at George and plays George because he runs. George will be like, Choco.
Choco's a boy.
Down.
Oh, okay.
Choco, down. And Choco, when George says down, Choco looks at him and lounges on the bed like, nigga, bring my food, bitch. Like, it's the best.
Doesn't it sound like Tehran is a dog lover?
Yo, it's not that. I
know Tehran isn't a dog lover because he's never touched my dog once.
Why haven't you touched your dog?
That's not true. I just feel like her dog. What's your dog's name again?
Tubbs.
Whatever.
Tribeca. It's Tri.
Yeah, well, because you call your dog 18 different names.
Yes.
Okay, anything with a T. Tove, Tova, Tubbs,
Tubby,
Tommy.
Tubella.
Once you were like Tinkerbell, and your dog came.
No, that's what I want to name my third dog.
So then
Tinkerbell?
Yeah.
Third dog.
Yeah,
but you know
doesn't exist yet.
What do you want to name your firstborn child though?
That's
a good
black
question.
Pomeranian.
And then I bought his white brother.
The white brother.
White brother.
Okay.
But my sister stole that one, so I'm down to one.
Oh, that's sad. Do you miss the white one?
Do we even know who we are right now? Yo, I'm the impeccable, impenetrable Tehran Von Gossary alongside
GK Supreme, rest in peace, Harambe, and Leo the lion, and all the elephants that are being slain right now.
And we are Imperfect Gentlemen. I don't know if I can be on board with George, but I will say this. We usually do not have repeat guests. But of course, since we were talking about breakups, I had to bring the queen of breakups on board.
The queen of breakups.
Of course,
oh my God.
Queen of breakups. Yo, she ghosted the fuck out of me. Like, she's the queen of breakups.
Why did you go ghost on Tehran?
Yo,
I did not ghost on Tehran. I had a fight with Tehran, and then we didn't speak for a bit.
She ghosted
you had a fight with Tehran?
Not even a fight.
It wasn't even a fight. It was me being in a bad mood.
Okay, so you're taking responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was in a bad mood.
But if you don't know who she is,
I'm Lina Sandberg.
Boom.
The queen of breakups.
The queen of breakups.
Is in a very good mood today.
Allegedly.
She should always be in a good mood. Yo, Lina's been getting her shit together and making things happen. I'm very proud of what she's doing. She's working hard. Even though when we came in, Martin called her old and ugly.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Martin was like, oh, like the way he said, he was like, are you still modeling? Yeah, like he said it
that's not cool.
Even though your latest photo shoots have been amazing.
Thank you.
The stuff you've been putting out lately.
Didn't I get on your bad side once too?
Did you?
I thought I did on the last show. And if I did, I'm sorry. You know, in India.
But I forget and forgive very easily.
Oh, wow. Well, that's why this law in India is going to make up for that, because even if you did something bad to someone, not a law, it's like a ritual, and they don't realize you even did something bad, or you did something bad to them behind their back, or don't remember, whatever the case, there's this thing where you apologize to someone if you ever wronged them, and that's what I'm going to do to you today. Today I'm Indian.
Well, I
want to throw up in your face right now. I want to throw up in your face.
I don't remember you, getting on my nerves.
So
or
we're on a
being
good
on my
note.
bad
So
side.
Tehran stays
but to
in the
be fair-
doghouse.
To be fair, Lina is easily irritated, and it has nothing to do with what you did. It literally has to do which side of the bed she wakes up
This is true.
on the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Literally.
So it just depends on the day. You wake up, you're either in a good mood or a bad
Yeah.
mood. Is there something that happens the previous day that triggers that initial feeling in the morning?
No, it could be sleeping. Sleeping enough.
Sleeping a lot or not
or
enough.
just getting like an annoying email that will ruin my day.
Oh, yeah, annoying emails.
But you can also get a really good email that would make
Okay,
your day.
so I'm going to teach you something when you wake up in the morning. Okay, you're going to sit up.
Okay.
Sit up with your shoulders rolled back. Okay, yeah, nice. All right, that's just to get yourself woken up. Now relax the shoulders. Let the arms dangle, hand. They're on your lap, right? Yeah, dangle, hang. Okay. Close your eyes. And when you breathe in all the way, you're going to
That's when the guy comes over and inserts his penis in your mouth.
You're going to imagine the word in.
No, in my mouth.
Hold, and now breathe out and imagine the word out and nothing else. In.
Now imagine the word gag on it.
Out. Don't you feel reset? You feel reset? Usually you don't have the verbal distraction.
Yeah, I mean, Tehran did a lot
Yo,
to
you
help.
know what? That's what you do in the mornings. From now on, I'm calling you every single morning. You're putting me on speaker, and I'm having the same conversation.
I'm
with
putting
you
my
every morning.
phone on silence.
You never put
Good
your phone
choice.
on silent.
Really?
You have a problem that you
What?
have to answer your phone.
Yeah, I do. I answer calls
used
unless
to
my
have
phone
that.
dies. My phone dies a lot. So if anyone, I miss your calls because my phone's dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah, George and I are the exact polar opposites in so many things, but specifically the phone situation. He will, like, if his phone rings, he will he has to answer it.
I get nervous too, but then that's why I put it on silent. So then I
That's
don't
a
know.
sign of ambition. You get nervous because you're like, I want to get the next project.
Is that what it is? Because when my phone rings, I actually specifically delete. Like, I don't care.
So
But you
there-
also don't have any numbers saved in your phone, which
Yeah.
is really shady to me.
It's not shady. It's just the way I like. I like playing the guess game every time I talk to someone.
So we're going to talk about Google Analytics. Okay, so Google has a logarithm, right, for how things pop up. You ever heard of like SEO, search engine optimization?
Yes.
It's like a pattern triggered. How
The Google
things show up.
algorithm.
And that's happening. The algorithm. Did I use the wrong word?
You just said logarithm. I'm just
Okay, algorithm.
enough.
Perfect. So that happens on Instagram and Twitter now and Facebook. They're all kind of using ingredient. Well, Tehran has an algorithm. It's called the 8-ball.
By the
okay?
way, my sister quoted you on this.
She did.
Yes, she
She
did.
did. So the algorithm works like this. Tehran will respond to every 8th. It's called the 8-ball, every 8th text message.
It's actually 8.1379952.
So it's more exact
So
now.
it's like
Are
He's
you
got it
just
down to
trying to
rotate.
sound smart
It
right
does
now?
sound smart, but the point is,
Because I don't think that's accurate.
I randomly
Oh.
answer whoever's text if they text me in that pattern. So it could be anyone. I am indiscriminate.
you don't answer my every 8th text. You
No, I answer
every
yours.
text.
I answer yours, but you're also one of the few people that I have on WhatsApp. So you're important enough to be in
so
the
your
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp
circle.
has a different algorithm.
Well, the WhatsApp is, since I only have a very select few on WhatsApp that I keep, it's like people who are extremely close to me. I respond.
Oh, cool, because I'm not on your WhatsApp.
I
Thanks
didn't
a
want
lot.
to bring
Now
this
you
up.
know. Now
Now
you
I
I
know
didn't
know.
want to
the
bring
trick.
this
Now I
up
know.
because now he's going to bring this up.
Well, you just brought up Choco. I think it's only fair that he.
That's
gets one
because
on you.
Yeah.
because
Thank
George
you.
talked to me about
Thank you,
this
Lina.
graduation. George sent out graduation invitations, except I was the only person to get one. So
You didn't suffer. I suffered. I sat in the corner. We had to watch the other dogs graduate.
No,
they
no.
received
But the
diplomas
best part-
and took photos with
That
their cute little
hurts.
graduation
No, no.
hats. While Choco and I
That's not
sat
even
in
the
the
best
corner
part.
with our heads bowed in shame.
the best part was the fact that the teacher just didn't say anything until George was like, "Hey, what's up with Choco?" And so we sat there throughout the entire graduation of other people's dogs that I don't give a fuck about. And then she was like, "Oh, Choco didn't graduate."
in front of
Like,
everyone.
But
in
then
front of
did
everyone.
She say
She-
why?
Yeah, she did afterwards.
But
And
in front of
So-
everyone, she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Choco did not graduate." Like, she announced that
What a bitch.
and then didn't say anything. So George's heart just sank. And even then, I know Choco is a dog, but I swear that the dog
Choco
understood and just like his heart, because he looked
knew.
at George like, really? Like, so listen, I don't know what Choco thought was happening. But that look between Choco and George at that moment,
he knew.
It was so precious. I couldn't stop laughing.
You know,
Like,
thanks a lot, Tron. Because Choco likes to take photos, and then all other dogs had their graduation hats taking their photos.
And then George tried to put the little graduation hat on Choco just to take a photo, and the teacher like ripped.
She grabbed it out of my hand.
She like ripped it,
and she
like,
said, "No, this is for the graduates, not Choco."
Like not
my
Choco.
God.
Like she like took the hat and was like, "This is for the graduates." Not Choco.
Did you forget to make a payment, or did you
I made all the
never
payments.
call
No.
her back?
He did not. He didn't attend one class.
Yeah, one class.
Oh, well.
But I think it has more to do. I think I've diagnosed Choco with ADHD.
And it also has to do with the fact that Choco.
You have a boy dog.
That could
What do you
just
mean?
be it. Yeah, boys
That's
a
are a little more
puppy.
rambunctious.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
They're crazier.
I think it really comes down to if I had taken Choco, I'm telling you, Choco does not listen to George. Choco loves George, but doesn't listen. Choco
Okay, I have a question. What
may not
tone
love
do
me,
you
but
use?
listens to
'Cause you have a
everything
very
I say.
soft voice. What tone do you use with Choco?
Choco, come here, baby.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work.
No, he doesn't talk
They
like that.
listen to
He
tones.
tries, but he'll be like this. Look, okay, Choco's
You're
doing
right,
the
it's a
worst thing in the
tonal
world.
thing.
Choco's doing the worst thing in the world. He's
Dogs
at this
don't
point.
actually speak English. You know?
I don't know. Choco is ripping up George's passport, and this is George.
What?
Choco, stop, stop, Choco.
And then I give
Look
him,
at him.
Then I give him a treat after because his ears flop and they're so cute.
Are you kidding?
No,
You're the worst dog trainer ever.
that's what I'm saying. And that's why
whose
his dog
side are you
failed.
on?
That's why his
I'm
dog
just
failed.
saying, like it takes a while. It takes time. To
Oh, I
train
guess
a
you're on the
dog.
WhatsApp side of the room. Sorry.
I'm just saying, it's hard to train a dog, but you have to put some effort.
How long
into
did it take you to train
A
your
year.
dog? A year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's hope for me. He's at the 6
Yo,
month
but
mark.
her dog doesn't.
Okay, but you have
She
to.
molests her dog.
I do not.
Her dog
molest
wants
my
to
dog.
live, and she's like, come, and like the dog's like, let me live, bitch.
Do you have a problem with a lady kissing her dog on the mouth and kissing her after?
Yes, I think I would have a problem with that.
But
I can
dogs'
see you have a
mouths
problem with
are
that.
I
cleaner.
would.
Dogs' mouths are
than a
cleaner than
human.
humans.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Are either one of you scientists? Then
I read an
shut the
article
fuck-
that
I
dogs'
also
mouths.
read that article.
Oh, you read this one article
This
that
is
said
like
this?
a known thing.
It's a known thing because
Facts.
dog people just started saying that and then expected everyone to believe it.
Yeah.
Listen, I've seen dogs.
I believe it.
You know what? I've eaten ass, but I've never eaten my own ass, and dogs do that on a daily basis. So they
good.
definitely don't wipe afterwards. You
You
know what I'm
just
saying?
admitted
I'm
to
not just-
eating the groceries on
Yo,
our show?
I'm not. Yo, listen. For anyone that said, "Oh no, blah," I'm not saying that I'm not above the fray of debauchery. What I'm saying is, I'm not eating just ass that's not showered.
Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna say. Now I know we have important things to talk about, but now we're talking about eating the groceries.
Okay.
So what are your pre-qualifications? First, as an individual, the person, I'm assuming it has to be a lady. And then next, what are the qualifications before you eat the groceries?
Why are you assuming it has to be a lady?
Because it's Tehran.
You're such a hater right now. You're such a hater. Okay. You the racist who wouldn't sleep with a black girl.
Oh my God.
So
Jesus.
first of all, if I'm eating your ass, first of all, you have to have a nice ass. Okay, we're not just eating
And
flapjack
what
ass.
qualifies like a good ass?
A nice look. We all know
Like
a nice ass
plump.
when we see it. A nice plump. I like the
No, lifted.
I like it when it has a little weight to it. You know what I'm saying? You smack it and you like get that good. Like you get that good. Look, this is the sound it should make. That's the sound it should make.
But how should it
So if
shake
it sounds
though?
like
There-
this, then you don't have a nice. This is not a good ass.
There are different shakes. How should it shake?
Sure, but the shake is when it look. I like the jiggle. Do you see what I'm saying? I like that natural jiggle. Like
I have a name for that jiggle.
what's that jiggle name?
The Jello shot jiggle.
Okay, I'm never using that.
The Jell-O
I'm
shot.
never using, but I will use Jello. I
Jell-O.
like Jello, but I
Jell-O.
can't say shot.
I'm not
Do you know
really
who
into
else would
Jell-O.
use Jello?
Bill Cosby. After he drugged women, who are you
Oh
speaking
my
of?
God.
Look,
All right.
if it
so
sounds like, look, hold on, I got to do.
why do you have to clap again? You're enjoying this.
Because I like the not good. Look, like yo, what the fuck
That's
is wrong with
that
your ass?
ironing board booty. That,
Yo, number two, You got to be, when I'm with a girl, I have to believe that you're clean. Like, everyone's dirty, but I actually have to believe that you're clean. So that means that I feel like you're good hygiene.
Why is everyone dirty?
Everyone's dirty. We're all dirty.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
100%.
No.
100%.
Let's just agree to disagree.
Okay. So you shake people's hands when you meet them? Yeah. You know what percentage of guys have just like jerked off and you just said hi to them when you shook their hand?
I actually never thought about that. Good
It's
point.
real shit.
Good point.
Like, it's real.
Wait, what you mean?
Nastiness.
In what situation will a guy have just masturbated, you're in public, and then you say, hi, I'm meeting you?
It's called 15 minutes later. It's when you meet people 15 minutes later.
Right before meeting me?
No, what I'm saying is it happens. Do you see what I'm saying? It's happened. Hold on. Think of all the dirty stuff that you've ever done in your life. Dirty stuff. Not wash your hands after you pissed or took a shit, or just little things. Little things because you were in a rush or you had to go and just no one knows. Multiply that by 8 billion and that's how much dirt. Like, everyone always thinks they're clean. Everyone else is dirty. Nigga, your shit stinks too. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone always thinks their shit don't stink. The concept is we're all dirty because we all have done dirty things. All of us. We're not washing our towels every day. We're sitting there washing towels like twice a week if. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
if.
That's where we differ.
Well, how often do you do laundry?
Once a week.
I thought you were going to ask a different question.
So that means... What do you think I was going to ask, George?
How often do you... We were speaking about masturbating and...
Get off?
Laundry.
Yeah, that question needs not be answered. What I do know is that you wash your towels once a week, but how often do you dry your hands with that towel? You think towels are naturally just
I have more
antibacterial?
than one set of towels.
Sure. I have a question.
She's on a rich swag, bro.
But look,
we only have one towel. She has
I have two.
Yo,
she has like 6 towels perfectly folded, fluffy.
Do you use a bar of soap?
Yes. No, I use the liquid soap.
You use liquid soap?
I have an issue with bars of soap.
Okay.
Same.
Do you have bar of soap? Liquid soap? Okay. Anyone who has a bar of soap and they wash their hands and their balls and everything, and then just put the bar. What, you think the bar of soap just automatically washes off later? Like, you gotta understand, they make bars of soap for people that use bars of soap, right?
Why are we talking about washing our balls?
Because what I'm saying is the fact is people are dirty. People are dirty. Really, right now, there are juices coming into your underwear that you're unbeknownst to you, because that's why you need underwear. Like, the concept is everyone's dirty. Now, you try to minimize the dirtiness. They're the worst. Those are the dirtiest of dirt people. You free ball, nigga, you just don't use deodorant. Like, that's the thing. We're all like, I'm not saying we're super dirty. We're not all like just walking around balls of chlamydia. However, people are
such
dirty.
Massive leaps.
Because it is like we're all dirty.
So let's cut to it. So
have you ever eaten food off like it fell?
He was going to ask something else.
Yeah. You ever drop food?
You were going to ask something
You ever drop
else.
food? What do you think I'm going to ask?
We were talking about eating groceries, and I thought you were going to present the question to her. I have a 4-second rule with food.
Okay, 4-second rule. So what do you think happens, George? Do you think bacteria, viruses, and disease, when you drop food, goes, all right, guys, you ready? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
No, I don't think
no, they
that.
don't.
But as long as like no one steps on it and stuff like that.
Exactly. That's why you're dirty, nigga.
Look, if you, all right, let me ask you, do you date people in LA?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. He's going to say no. Do you have friends who date people in LA?
Yes.
Okay. What is more dangerous? Being physical with people in LA or eating a piece of food that's been on the ground for 4 seconds?
Definitely dating in LA. Dog, what do you mean what? Of course you can be, listen.
You're like, why?
You know how many dirty girls there are in LA, my nigga?
Yeah, but I don't date girls.
Yeah, but do you know how many
but
dirty guys there are, period? Not even just LA. Like, dirty guys. Dirty.
Like, dirty in what sense?
Dirty
Just
as
like,
in, you know who passes chlamydia to everyone else?
Trevor?
Guys. Trevor does. Yeah. Gonorrhea.
I love Trevor.
Do you know what the cure
Who's
for
Trevor?
It's the one promoter guy that every girl fucks and goes, guys are pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And it's only because they're all dating Trevor. Like, there's a lot of Martins in the world, but no one's dating Martin.
That's rude.
You know what I'm saying? But it's real. Martin is the nicest, sweetest
guy.
guy.
Dating someone right
Martin,
now?
would you hold a girl's hand in public? See,
Yeah.
if I like her, I could be married to a bitch, and I might be like, yo,
Hey, I would-
walk on the
I
other
would
side so
hold
no
the
one knows
lady's
we're
hand.
together.
This is why you'll never get married.
Yo, that's
It's not just
why.
Martin. I would also hold a lady's hand. Stop isolating Martin, dude.
Yeah, but it's the amount of women's hands that you
You're
hold.
welcome, Martin.
You know what I'm saying?
Kennedy, baby.
Martin's held maybe 5 hands in his whole life.
That's false.
That's
He's held about
Why are you
7.
being so
how
mean
many?
to Mark?
7,
Hold on,
right?
Martin,
7 in
how many
public?
How many girls have you dated? Dated. Subjective? No, never.
Yes, it is subjective. So how?
No, it's not. High school or college? No, just we're
How
starting
old are
from
you?
your his adult
How
life.
old do you think he is? He looks really young.
Oh, he told me once.
Yo,
okay.
let's get
really
get
young.
Martin
30?
get Martin's face on camera. Martin, can you get your face on camera real quick?
Yeah, I'll hold
Get
it.
your face.
I'll hold it. Let's put Martin.
Let's
on
put
camera.
Martin's face and let's show how young Martin it looks. Okay,
Very young.
And
Very
just
young.
even the
Way
little
young.
hand thing he did. How many girls' hands has he held? Do you
That
see what I'm
was youthful.
saying?
That was a youthful hand gesture.
No,
It's cute.
All I'm saying is this: you want to know who's 15 minutes ago from masturbating? This nigga Martin, whose phone you just grabbed. You know what I'm saying? So the point is, we're all dirty. We're all dirty. So I'm just saying, girls in LA are dirty. Not all, but a lot.
Well, are
of
we
girls.
dirty because
all guys
we're
in LA
we're
are
in the
dirty?
sun and we
Most.
sweat a lot?
No, we're dirty
Fair
because.
point. I mean, good save.
Yeah.
Do you
good
know
Does it
any
work?
guys that
I'm
have
not sure.
smashed more than one girl in the same day?
I'm sure I do.
Exactly.
Majority of my friends.
Exactly.
Teron and I would never do that. We're gentlemen, imperfect gentlemen.
Imperfect general.
Now look,
Good
there's,
save, George.
there's only one smell.
hair.
There's only one smell that I can't like. Well, I'm sensitive to smell, but there's
Sure.
one
So
smell
are women.
where I feel like I want to like just jump off a cliff or something. And that smell is, I don't know if you've ever smelled this, when you're at the gym on the treadmill and someone didn't shower before the gym. So
Oh,
there's a
the stank
mixture.
smell?
Wait, the mixture of BO plus
Yeah.
they just ate curry.
Oh, what?
Have you ever smelled that in a gym? Have you, Teron?
Did you just say sweaty Indian is the worst
I didn't say
smell?
that because
Sweaty
a lot
Indian.
Not racist.
I didn't say Indian. A lot
Talking
of
about racist.
look, there's Thai
George.
curry, there's Indian curry, and people of all colors eat curry.
Thai people are just Asian Indians, my dude. So
Asian.
yeah, I said it. I've come down to a science.
I mean, that's not a smell that I encounter very often.
Have you ever encountered that smell?
I'm sure I have. I mean, it's not a very pleasant smell.
Yeah, because the
But-
curry stays in the pores, and then they're like sweating with their
Just
BO, and then it
odor in
releases.
general is not the best.
Yeah, I think scent is like
I
my
think women
biggest,
are very sensitive to
They are
scent.
as well.
I mean,
huh?
like, just if, let's say you're dating someone or you're seeing someone and they change their perfume, it changes the whole game.
Wow,
It's,
it could turn you off.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
really.
true. I had this one cologne,
I was seeing one guy that I didn't like his perfume. It killed me. I couldn't do it.
and you broke up.
Yeah, I had to.
and
Queen
then,
of breaking up.
she
Yeah, I
ghosted
did.
him.
No, I didn't ghost him. I broke up with him.
This is a true story. I used to be a cologne connoisseur. I had about 100 bottles. That's when I had money in DC. 100 bottles, okay? I narrowed it down to 3 colognes.
Angel,
No, I don't know if they make Angel from that.
Fahrenheit.
No, that smells like petroleum.
Yo, I'm just calling out Middle Eastern smells, by the way.
But there were 3, which I'm never going to disclose to Tehran, especially.
Why?
Why?
I want to
Because
know.
he'll use Tehran and I in our direct competition every week.
And yet we're not.
God.
So I have 3. Every time I wore
George, you're
them
my best friend,
and
bro.
went out,
What are the scents?
I picked up a lady. I kid you not, because they would just be so encaptured by the smell, and they would come up to me. They'd be mesmerized.
But I do that too. If I smell like a smell that I love or like a scent and I'm out, like I literally go up to that person. I'm like, I know
Yeah,
that smell.
that's like our basset hound gene, where we follow our scent.
But that's why you cannot change your perfume or cologne.
Yeah, but what sucks is my cologne was discontinued, and I was buying it at Ross, and then Ross just stopped carrying it because it was finally out.
Alright.
Look, George, you're my best friend, bro.
Mm-hmm.
My brother.
Yes,
I sense something really rude coming.
What are these scents?
that's what I thought. I thought something rude was coming.
Something's
No, I just
happening.
want to know the
You know what,
scents,
Tehran?
the
I'll tell
names.
you in private, not
No, I
on the
want to
show.
know because I
now-
wear perfume. First of all, I actually wear. You use the word perfume, and all of us were like, I actually wear women's perfume. I prefer it. I think it smells better.
Is it
I
Tom
like it.
Ford?
No, I actually have been wearing one called C, and I like Armani fragrances, but that's because Tabby works at Armani and she gets me a bunch of Armani fragrances. But of course, scent and memory, she could, but you ghosted me. So scent and memory. Not. Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
But you did. So then scents and smells actually are a direct link to memory. If you want to remember something, you have a better chance of remembering through scent than any other observational focal point that you have.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's just interesting. We do need to talk about sexual or allegations at some point.
Let's say you break up with someone.
The queen of breakup knows.
And you see them years later. And they wear the same scent. You get this feeling
nostalgia
over you.
Oh my gosh! So
it's so
that's why I spray myself with
a
dick.
99% better chance to sleep with them again.
So I have two.
Okay, so you're blaming your hoe tendencies on fragrances?
Yeah.
I have two triggers.
I do not have hoe tendencies.
She does not. She's a very classy lady.
I don't think. If you do, I
and your style is freaking impeccable. I thought I was wearing a cool jacket today, and you won. Like, that jacket is amazing. That is I want to say, what do they call it? A double breast. That's a double breast, 6-button. It's amazing. So for the listeners, so there's two triggers. One is
you
light.
You look impeccable too, by the way.
Oh, spirit fingers.
Oh my God! Can you guys?
Can you stay on your side of the room, please? This is called the robbery.
I'm in a bathrobe.
So there's two scents. One is Dolce & Gabbana light blue for women.
Popping.
Which that one I smell that. It doesn't matter if Ursula from Little Mermaid's wearing it.
Do you know why? Because the mom-daughter phone conversation.
How did you know?
Couple, they wore that.
How did you know?
Because I actually listen when you talk, douche.
Oh, okay.
What phone daughter?
So George, this one time, he used to run a phone, not just accessories, but like phones. When phones were popping, George had like a phone thing in DC.
Kiosk.
No, not now. It's not the same. Like this is when phones were like crack. People were flocking to corner stores. And there wasn't
the rule where it's like you sign up, you activate, you could get it for just $200 instead of $1,000.
Yeah, you just owned a phone. Yeah. It was your phone. Everyone bought phones. He used to slang phones, like real talk. So he was making bank doing this. So he had a phone store. He had employees, the whole nine. So George was at the store and a girl came in and he got her number because he sold her a phone and he started talking to her. Then a lady came in and he got her number and started talking to her. And it turns out they were mother and daughter.
Oh.
And it came up because they both came into the store to get it. It was like, oh, my mom's coming. And then they came in. Like, she's like, my mom, come meet.
So how did you get out of that situation?
He didn't.
I didn't. I stayed in the situation. They ended up hating each other, and that's not my problem.
Who hated who? The mom and the
mother.
daughter?
The mother was definitely more angry at the daughter.
Oh, wait, how? Yeah. Wait, was she underage?
Sorry, I said that wrong. The daughter was definitely more angry at the mother, and the mother was more cool about it. She was like, you should marry him one day.
But the mom wasn't trying to give it up either. Like, no, she was giving it up, but I mean, she wasn't going to give up her position with George, which was amazing to me.
That's amazing. So they both wore the same cologne?
Yeah.
Perfume,
yeah,
sorry?
light blue. No. In Europe, they actually call even men's, what we would call cologne, there's two. There's Eau de Toilette. Eau de Toilette.
It depends on the concentration of fragrance.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And there's perfume. So
parfum.
They call men's what we'd call cologne perfume over there for the potency.
And so, cologne's also a term, but there's also because it has the least amount of actual fragrance.
Exactly.
So it's cologne, parfum, toilet.
And why do all old Middle Eastern women wear rose water for cologne?
Because rose water is very much a part of the Middle Eastern culture as a fragrance, and it's been around for thousands of years.
Oh, it's like that natural.
It's the original flavoring of scent. So it's actually where we always think that, parfum must have come from France because they named it. And actually, in Europe stank. And one of the things is when the Persian Empire was the pinnacle of civilized society, they used to comment on how bad the barbarians smelled all the time because they didn't wash on a daily basis and because they didn't use things like rose water.
So Tarot just called everyone outside of the Persian Empire barbarians.
Well, at that time, actually, there was a time where people even Napoleon looked at the English as a nation of shopkeepers. Like basically you guys are all small business owners. That's all you are. And that these things are historical.
Well, that's what a lot of Persians are, and they're affluent and successful.
Now, but at
Right.
that time it was just a different time. But we do have to talk about the times we live in now. Sexual allegations have become the number one way to ruin someone's career. Sexual allegations we've been hearing about, of course, we've heard about Weinstein and Spacey, and now there's allegations against Al Franken, who's a senator who used to work on SNL, and 36 women came to his defense. I want to talk about the allegation aspect and not the sexual harassment, because now it seems that allegations are enough to ruin your career. And you're in the entertainment business. You're obviously a very successful model, and you've been around a lot
Not
of
according
people.
to Martin.
and you've been around a lot of influential and affluential people in the business. What do you think about these allegations?
I mean, like, I've been in this business for a long time, and I mean, I've obviously experienced some of my own, which, I mean, it ruins your day too. So we have the right to ruin your life too, back, you know.
That's why I stay away from white women. Go on.
Yeah. Well,
Did you hear that?
You do that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's not okay. I think it's really good that people are coming out with what's actually going on, because it's always been going on, but
Sure.
no one's had it. It's never mattered enough to do anything about it. So it just keeps going, and people think it's okay for them to just like grab you or, you know, like say stupid things that just, as a woman, like, it's very invasive. It's just not okay, you know?
100%.
It makes you feel small, and then you don't have a voice. And now finally, somehow, we got a voice.
And there's a name and a face to the problem, which is the first time. We've all known about the casting couch. But
Right. So you've been on many sets.
Yes. I've
out-
also left sets because of that.
Wow. Out of 5, let's say out of every 5, how many of those sets were you harassed on?
I wouldn't say... I mean, when I was younger, it was worse.
So when you were younger.
why? Why was
out
it
of
worse when you
5?
were younger?
Because I don't know. I mean, like, I started in Paris, and, you know, Parisian men are very...
Aggressive?
forward, you know, they're very charming. But then, you know, I was also young. I didn't really, like, nobody really knew me, you know. It didn't really matter what they did, you know.
Or is it because younger women seem like easy prey?
Yeah, and also, like, you know, we want to make it, and at that point, you know, you're really hungry to make it. You know, you'll do not anything, but, like, you know, and you don't know the business that well, so you're like, oh, do other people do this? You know, like. But I remember I was 16. I went on this shoot in Paris, and the guy literally asked me to spread my legs, and I just walked out.
Just literally just asked you to spread your legs?
Yeah.
Like just that sentence?
Yes. And he wanted to, like, take a picture, and
Oh,
I was like, well, no.
Was it a picture? Were you in a type of photo situation? Look,
Yeah,
it's not
I was
that
in
I
a
don't.
photo situation,
It's
but
not that
I
I
was
don't
on
believe
a
you.
bed in my
appalled.
underwear.
I'm
you know?
appalled by the lack of respect, and especially because you were 16.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I don't believe. I 100%, 120% believe you. I'm just I'm disgusted by the actions of someone who is supposed to be a trusted photographer, who you've been in a position, who you're already in a vulnerable position to begin with.
Yeah,
because
but
you're taking these pictures.
I mean, I'm happy that I was just, like, smart enough to just walk out. I called my agency, and they were like, yeah, it's fine.
But did they have your back as much as you think they should have?
They didn't make a fuss about it, you know, but they also didn't do anything about it. They were just like, yeah, okay, whatever, kind of, you know. But I also know of girls that, like, that their agency wasn't supportive of them. They were like, oh, you have to go on this trip with this photographer. You'll be in, like, this massive magazine. Like, how could you not do that? And they were like, well, I don't want to sleep with him, you know, like, why would I do that?
And I heard
And they would just
are
never
people
give them work anymore.
Specifically, actually, the person that I heard about just recently, who's the designer for Guess?
Oh, God, I know his name.
Marciano?
Yes.
Marciano?
Yes.
I heard he's like specifically one of that kind of situation. Now, I don't know for a fact, it's hearsay, but I heard Marciano was a person who girls know if you want to make it big, you sleep with Marciano.
I've heard similar. I don't know, so I can't comment on that. I've heard rumors, but, you know, I've heard rumors about me too. So
But that's what I'm saying. And the rumors that you heard about you, for example, were they true?
No.
So how is an allegation enough to destroy someone's life? Because now we're not even waiting for facts. We're literally listening to allegations.
Well, the thing is, like, you know, there's always someone, a friend that knows what happened, really, right? So as long as, I don't know.
And by the way, I think George had to get back to production in case we're wondering what happened to George.
Bye, George.
Bye, George. But so a friend of a friend knows. Because have you heard of false allegations, though? Like where a girl lies about this situation for attention?
I have. Which is also where it's so hard to, you know, that's the thing. Like, it happens to so many girls and guys, by the way. Like, this isn't just to women. Like,
what do you mean,
know?
guys? Because we don't see it that way a lot.
Guys are also like I know a lot of male models that were like harassed by homosexual designers, and you know, they were like trying to take them on vacation and whatever, and like take them to an island, and then they couldn't get off the island. Like, it's crazy stories.
It's just crazy to me. Because
but then
no one's tried to fuck me, so that's all. I'm actually offended now. I'm offended.
I'm sure someone's tried to fuck
No.
you, darling. But then there's those women that like ruin everything by lying.
The very few, like a very small
And then
few, but it happens
somehow
enough to discredit.
everything else is discredited,
It is. It's true.
and that's just fucked up.
It is. And it's actually something we see, for example, let's use an analogy, because I will never know what it's like to be a woman or be sexually harassed in that manner. I just won't. And so it's hard, even though I'm extremely empathetic and sympathetic to this cause, I personally just don't have that experience. But what experience I do have.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't think if you've never been in that situation, I think it's very hard to like sympathize or empathize with it, because you just don't know how it feels. And it's like such a shitty feeling.
And
because
that's
you feel
how
like you don't have any worth, and it affects you long term.
Black people in this country have been feeling when it comes to dealing with the police for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's hard to explain that to people who haven't gone through it, and they can understand it. It's not like everyone's like, oh, you guys are lying. But enough people are like, you guys are lying, that I can understand and sympathize with it on that level, because
that's
I
quite a
see
good parallel,
that,
actually.
that, hey, when people are like Black Lives Matter, and then someone says all lives matter, how would it be if someone said me too, and someone's like, no, you didn't, hashtag nah, like, you know, or hashtag everybody.
I mean, like, I don't know. I don't really see color or race, you know.
Really?
I don't.
Really? Because you've definitely called me your black friend.
That's just because you pushed me to say it. Like, I've never said, like, you are my one black friend without you, like, trying to make me say it for at least half an hour.
But I am your one black friend. Actually, no, you had Pingy 3000 for like a good 2 weeks.
Oh my God, I love Pingy 3000. If you're listening, I love you.
Yeah, for Pingy 3000, you had Pingy.
You were so jealous.
That's because it was you were doing the exact same stuff you did with me with Pingy 3000. Same snaps. In fact, more snaps.
Whoa.
More snaps.
Oh my God.
I feel like
I'll snap you more. Don't worry.
But it's unfortunate when it comes to these allegations, and it's more unfortunate that it even happens in the first place. So how do we fix this?
Well, it's how do you fix the way black people feel about the police? It's the same. It's how do you fix it?
I mean,
I just had this conversation with a girlfriend of mine. Like, I can see both sides on that. But sexual harassment, I don't know how to fix it, honestly. Like,
and there's a fine line between sexual harassment.
Do it. Is it so hard? Must you harass women?
How do I hit on you and not sexually harass you?
I heard some stupid joke that was like, you know, you can harass someone as long as you don't try to give them a job after.
Oh, that's actually
a horrible joke.
That's actually cute. But that's a point of contention, because now we see people are being sexually harassed by people they don't even work for. They just feel like if a guy's too aggressive and hitting on them, then they're being sexually harassed.
No, I think there's a difference. You know, if someone's aggressively hitting on you, it's not the same as being harassed. It's like when it comes to them downgrading you or like grabbing you or Like, if you tell them no and they still push themselves on you, that's harassment, you know, like. But if someone's just trying to get your number, like, geez.
I feel like harassment and the fine line has to do with tact, charm, and respect.
Yeah, I think it's just
If you're
comes down
respectful
to
to the
like
no.
people that don't know how to take a no and being immature about it.
What
And have no respect for women.
What about the argument that it's bartering? Like a woman came to this male wanting something and the male wanted something in return. Like they bartered.
That's fucked up. What? No.
That's an argument. That's an argument that has been presented.
But that's the same thing as the job thing. Like, hey, I want to be like an actress. You can get me.
Sure, but the argument is also you didn't have to take that role. Like you didn't have to have this job. You could have not done this.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have to sleep with you to get the part.
Sure.
Like, I should be talented enough to get the part, no? Like,
I mean, whoa, this isn't me. I'm just bringing up points that I've heard from people where they're like, well, they got something out of it, so what's the big problem?
oh my God. Really? That's the argument?
That sounds like it is often the argument, yeah. That
Well,
sounds like what
then
it is.
People need to educate themselves. And that's...
Because we're our most valuable resource on this planet is our women. Our women have been the backbone and the soul of human society since the beginning. And so...
And yet we just got a voice.
Well, I don't know about just, because I've been telling y'all to shut the fuck up for years, but I'm glad that these things are coming to light.
I'm glad too, because like it's gonna have to change. Like, too much is coming out that something's gonna have to change, you know, like I don't know, laws, system, I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's not gonna be the same anymore. And I think people are gonna be more wary of how they act and treat women or men, you know.
I mean, I hope that's the case. I hope that's the case for the sake of just because people will be like, oh, I have a daughter or I have a sister. It's like, oh, I'm a human being. How about just because I have a TV and because I own a mattress? I feel like human rights is human rights no matter what gender or type of human that you happen to be. So yeah. I'm glad that these things and injustices are coming to light, and it's the social media age that's bringing them to light. So good for us as humanity for even having these discussions.
I mean, it all comes down to that we all have to treat each other better, you know.
Way better.
Way better. And like everyone, like treat everyone the same, like whether you're
100%.
on top or
and
you're
don't
below
ghost them, because when it comes to breakups, you're the queen. You've broken up with a lot of people.
I've actually been broken up with more.
Sure, I can believe that.
Oh, okay.
Knowing you, I can totally understand that. But you've done your fair share of breaking up with, and even some of the people that have broken up with you, you wanted to break up, but you caused them to break up with you, so you didn't have to do it.
This is also true, yeah.
So I feel like you have the best advice on breaking up that anyone could give.
I don't know. I usually ask for advice when I...
But what is your favorite form of breakup?
Oh, God, I don't have one. I'm quite bad at it, actually. I would like to say...
Which means to me that you're actually quite good at it.
I would like to say that I'm, you know, not a child, and I will sit down and discuss it, or like... So the best breakup I ever had,
Sure.
if you can have a good breakup, was that, you know, this guy literally sat me down, like made me coffee. We, you know, spoke about it. We cried together. We held each other, and we spent all day together, like, you know,
breaking up,
talking and breaking up, and like he let me cry and, you know, say what I needed to say, and he, you know, made me feel better about him being a shit. Sorry. But it was inevitable, you know. The only problem was I was really in love with him. So it really, really hurt.
But you knew that you had to break up.
Yeah, and like I wasn't necessarily super happy in it either. But my point is, I I think about that when I want to break up with someone, and I would like to say that I do that, but I don't.
Have you
Because
ever?
I'm scared of people's reactions.
What do you mean?
I'm not very good at confrontation.
I don't know if most girls are, to be honest. I feel like we teach our girls not to be confrontational. We teach girls to
teach
be
them to shut
passive
the fuck
aggressive.
up, you know?
Yeah. We teach them to be passive aggressive. If they want something, say it sweetly, smile, go hug, so and so. And then even if they don't
Very
like them,
manipulative.
and then when they grow up, we're like, why are you so passive aggressive? Why don't you speak up? Why don't you blah, blah, blah? And it's because their entire lives we've taught them the exact opposite.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. No one teaches you emotional hygiene. So, and I think that's very, very
Like
important.
I might eat your ass, but I'm never eating your emotional ass because your emotional hygiene is the
But
worst.
I remember you told me once that like you can barely deal with your own emotions. How are you supposed to deal with a woman's emotions? Because we have more emotions in 1 minute than you have your entire life.
Yeah, with girls just have a lot of emotions. It's
But that's also because we're allowed to have emotions
Sure.
more than men.
sure.
or
We
show
also
it.
raise our men not to have emotions, and so that causes a conflict when it comes to breakups.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the queen. I mean, yeah, you're right. I have caused.
You're pretty
I
good.
have
You're pretty good at
caused
breaking up.
Men to break up with me because I didn't know how to do it.
You have broken up
I
with
also have extreme separation anxiety.
how many people have you broken up with this year? I have a count, by the way.
Do?
I do.
Okay, I would like to hear your count.
I on my count, it's 5. 4, but going on 5. Like really, it's 5.
What?
Yeah.
No. What?
Yes. Yes.
No.
I mean, I can think of 3 off the bat. No.
One.
No.
Where I've broken up with them.
How many breakups have you had this year?
2.
2?
Yeah.
You had one
Are you
carryover.
adding you?
No, you had one carryover. You had one. Oh, I'm definitely in that list. You have one that you've carried over.
Together.
You carried one over from last year, and it was just gray area, still breaking up. It was in the process of breaking up.
We were breaking up for that.
Then you had another one that you actually liked and broke up. Then you just had a recent
Who
breakup.
did I like and broke? Oh, that's you. Got it.
No, not me. Not me. I haven't even counted me yet.
Wait, then I don't know who you're talking about. Let's not mention names.
Okay, not mentioning names. It wouldn't matter. I forget
When
their
was
names.
this?
I have there's Man Bun, there's Before Man Bun, and then there's Israel.
Oh, yeah. Well, before.
And there's 2 in between, just sprinkles.
What?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
2 sprinkles. And there's me. And there's me where you broke up our
First of all,
friendship.
I was never with the ones in between.
Enough. You were with them enough.
I was single.
Yeah. You were single. They were dating you.
I don't know about that.
I
Maybe.
would say-
Maybe. Let's just say maybe. I mean, no, yes and no. One of them might have been dating me.
Yeah.
But
2 of them were dating you.
here's the thing. That someone only had time to see me once every 6 weeks, and that wasn't gonna fly. So
Sure. Well,
that
that sounds like something I do to girls, to be honest.
yeah.
Yeah, have time to see them
I've
once
never
every 6
seen
months.
you date anyone.
Yeah,
You're just
it's
not. You just don't share that with me.
Yeah, I just don't share, or I just don't date.
I literally call you for advice, and I'm like, what?
I'm really good at advice, though.
You are actually very, very good. Ladies, if you ever want advice on how to get a guy and what the fuck he's thinking, call Tehran.
Thank you. That's why we have the show. Do you want advice on how to get a guy, keep a guy, break up with a guy, get something you want from a guy?
Do you have I Love Tehran on your finger?
Yeah, of
inked?
course.
You're
No,
insane.
not ink. It's just pen, but still.
Right.
That would be, if I got a tattoo, that's the tattoo that I would get. Is
course
I
it
Love
is.
Tehran. So, rule number 1 for breakups. Be direct.
Be honest.
Be honest.
But you should
There's
be
a difference.
honest throughout the whole, from the beginning. Like, so for example, the last person I dated, I wasn't ready for a relationship. I was still hurting from my last one. And I told him that from the beginning. And then we just started spending a lot of time together. And he's an amazing guy. I have nothing bad to say about him. But it's just...
Blah, blah, blah. When a girl says that, it means you're
The timing
done.
wasn't right, you know?
Sure.
Well, we also literally just broke up, so...
So that's number 1. Rule number 2 on breakups. Step number 2. So honesty and directness are two different things. Be honest.
You don't
Wow.
have to, there's going to come a day where you're going to meet them again and you don't need them to hate you. You don't need them to spread your secrets or whatever. Often when people separate from someone, they think, it's even like when you get like quit a job or whatever, we think we're never going to speak to them again, and that's not true. You might. And also, you don't need to crush them because you're breaking their heart. You can just be kind and make it a you problem and not a them problem, It doesn't have to be their fault, You don't have to break their heart and then, like, throw shit on them. And
number 3, from the queen of breakup herself, what's the third piece of advice?
Try to stick to your decision. I have, maybe you should not talk for a bit.
Don't teeter.
Yeah, I tend to maybe not be so good on that one. I, make sure they're okay, or I want to talk to them, or I miss them.
But what if you're really in love with the person and you're breaking up, but you don't want to break up? Because one of the scariest parts about breaking up is the fact that the person might find someone else. And even if the other person they find isn't the person they end up with, and you get back together, like me personally, I would resent you if you were with someone else in the meantime. If you did a Ross... Remember when Ross and Rachel broke up for that day and then Ross
never
slept?
Watched Friends.
Oh, Ross. Okay, so Ross and Rachel, who were destined to be together, broke up for a day and they thought it was over, and Ross met a girl and slept with a girl. So then the next day, Ross and Rachel got back together, but when Ross told Rachel the truth, she could not forgive him for the longest time.
Right. I mean, like, it's a bit out there.
But then Rachel dated Joey and total horseshit. Anyway.
But the thing, I mean, like, yeah, that's... Some people just go out and rage fuck someone else. That's what they do.
Yeah.
I tend to not do that. I mean, I just, like, I'm attached to that person even if it's over, like... Also, physically, I'm addicted to their body, and it takes a while for me to be able to touch someone else.
I understand that. That's interesting that you phrased it that way. Like you're addicted.
Because no, it's a physical. It's like anything. If you spend so much time with someone, it's like if you've ever been dumped, like that you physically also suffer from not having their touch
craving
anymore.
Them and
you're
touching them specifically.
And any addiction takes 3 weeks for it to disappear. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
21 days.
Well,
that's science.
But okay, so we had be honest, be kind, and be firm. Those are the 3 pieces.
Stick to your
decision if it's real.
Yeah, there's a reason why you broke up, and sometimes it's hard to remember that. You also tend to romanticize things after you've broken up, which you forget why.
Well, I'd like to add a 4th one to this, and that's don't break up just to break up. If you're going to break up, make it real. I hate when people break up every week and then make up every week.
Yeah, I'm not that person. I don't do that.
Break up like you mean it. Like if you don't use it as a threat or an ultimatum or a way to get something.
No, don't do that. I mean, like either have a fight or a discussion, preferably discussion. But don't be like, oh, I'm going to break up. That's child's play. Don't be a child.
Well, don't be a child.
You can't date a woman or a man if you're going to be a child.
Wise words. Bars. Thank you so much. Where can people find you?
Instagram, Lina.Sandberg.
And they can see your beautiful, wonderful pictures in the spread. What else? Are you coming up in any magazines or any spreads anytime soon? I'm sure.
Not right now.
Not right now, Martin. So your wish is coming true.
Martin.
Even though you've been doing a bunch of runway shows lately.
I'm walking a lot of shows at the moment.
Yeah.
That's my...
Because you are an actual model, not an Instagram model. There is a difference.
I'm a diehard show model.
Yeah, you do the real stuff. So thank you so much. And you are the queen of breakups.
Thank you.
And of course, we are Imperfect Gentlemen each and every Tuesday right here on Dash XM and iTunes. Make sure to take our iTunes link and share it to all your friends. We need the subscribers. Follow us on Facebook and share the video. We post the whole thing online just for you. George had to step out the building, but I'm the impeccable, impenetrable Tehran Von Gossary, along Mr. George Corey. That's at Mr. George Corey, Khouri. I'm at I Am Tehran, and we are Imperfect Gentlemen. Remember, nobody's perfect but us. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you, Martin. Maybe 8 girls' hands you've held. Maybe. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.